Hi, besties. You've found your community bestie to share thoughts and opinions, recap the shows we love.
Having too much fun.
Bravo should be fun. And have piping hot gossip sessions about the celebrities and Bravo lebs we love, hate, and love to hate. He went on a podcast claiming he had a threesome with two women from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Immediately, I was like, I wonder if it's Brandy and Carlton.
I'm Caitlin Marshall, your pop culture and Bravo bestie. Allegedly allegations. And if you enjoy fun conversation between friends, listening to your bestie rant about shows we can't get enough of, plus enjoy a little bit of, well, ridiculousness.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. There's a spider that is coming down. Hold on.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh my God. Has anybody seen my ring?
Oh my God.
I don't want to ruin the party or anything.
Have you seen my ring? Oh my God. Can you look on the floor for my ring? God, John's gonna kill me.
Don't mess with me because I will come.
What? Oh.
Feel free to leave that in for whatever entertainment purposes.
You're in the right place. So thanks for joining me on Besties by Bravo. Hi, besties. Thank you for joining us today. It is Tuesday, August 6th. And Giorgio is with us for Bestie Tuesdays. Hi, Giorgio. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm thinking I might want to just freehand this mic situation today.
Oh, he's feeling it then. We are... Well, we're a few minutes late to our live because it's us and we were having a quick little best event session. That was much needed. Okay. It was needed. Wow. This week, Giorgio, has been a lot. Can we start? I was just saying before we hopped on that I had saved the video where we hear that our very own Giorgio Takunakis may have been behind this major storyline on Orange County.
I felt like I was thrown under the bus.
Do you feel
I'm
like
joking.
you should have an orange?
First of all, shout out to Katie. Shout out to her because yes, thank you, Bravo. Thank you, Real Housewives of Orange County. But if you blinked, you missed that was my screenshot in the text message. So I appreciated her, telling the full story and for, Bryce writing up the article and mentioning me as well. That TikTok was 2 years ago. It's so old. I was cringing at my hair. Wow. This is why they say just start now, guys. Don't worry about how things look. Just go, because then you can look back and cringe when things get used for things like this. No, I am so grateful, but I also feel like now I'm involved and I need to I should have gone out there. I wish I would have known that this was coming up because I would have gone to Orange County and perhaps shown up at Javier's. I don't know.
Or the Quiet Woman. I mean, why not?
I'm not going to the Quiet Woman. I will not go. I mean, I will go there, but I'm scared of that place because of what type of people come out of it. The John Jansens, the Alexis Bolinos, Shannon Beador. We need to talk about Shannon. Because Taylor
by the way, I
Armstrong
think Wait, we are going to talk about Shannon. Let me see. I think I actually got
Why did you even reach out in the first place to find out this information?
Okay, let's clear this up. Before I even knew any of these women, I was scrolling TikTok as one does at night with no kids. And a TikTok came up from Giorgio Josephs, and he was talking about how Heather allegedly called the paparazzi.
So this definitely was not Heather calling the paparazzi to come so that they could stage these photos. No.
So I thought it was funny. I screenshot it, sent it to a friend of mine who is in charge of a lot of the paparazzi operations. And I said, is this true? Settle this for me. I thought it was funny because him and I have such a deep relationship. We're really good friends. We talk about a lot of celebrities that call him. So it's just been banter. And he responded, yes.
Friends. There you go.
Also, shout out to everyone in my DMs on Instagram. I didn't think you guys would find that farting, walking Jackie meme so funny. The Sade was a nice touch.
Giorgio posted a meme. Listen, let me tell you the way I slid out of my chair dying whenever Jackie did that backwards awkward walk that literally looked like she had to slip on a pair of Depends.
Yeah, it's like the shark
we're gonna
came
get to
out.
Jersey. We're gonna get to Jersey because I know we have so much. First, also congratulations, Giorgio.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone in the chat too. I appreciate it.
Yes.
We work hard, okay? We work hard out here in these Bravo streets.
Yes, and there might be some exciting things that we're gonna get to share soon. Woo! Okay.
Yes, there's tons coming up.
Yes, truly. I can't wait to share them. Can we talk about these taglines for a second?
Orange County.
Oh my God.
Look. It's like joke time. Whoever is cutting those taglines for Orange County every flipping year, they're literally like, they must smoke a big blunt and go in there and just be like, okay, for Emily's, like, I used to ask questions as a lawyer. Now I just do it for fun. Like,
or they use ChatGPT, but that's the free version.
Look, what is that though? Like, what is that? Is that what she's? I guess that's her thing this season. But she's always asking questions. It's not like I thought the tagline was supposed to be around what they're positioning in this. It's supposed to connect to their storyline a little bit, which is why we get new ones.
Season.
Otherwise,
and Gina's
taglines.
Gina's being like, the properties I represent, I know my worth.
Miss Ma'am, do you think we forgot that you didn't remember how much a property cost when you were just...
Look, I'm loving Gina, but it's getting really hard to defend her when she dresses the way that she does.
Oh my God.
I mean it. I love Gina. Emily, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I'm so sick of these people looking for, like, I don't need you to go Jen Pendranti, like, DH gate on me. But I think there's definitely room for some improvement. I didn't even mind, the outfit that she was getting roasted for wearing at the open house? The black.
It wasn't her worst.
No, it wasn't. And I didn't even mind the shoes, even though everyone was pissing about the shoes. I didn't mind them. I didn't. You know what I minded? If you, and I backed you up, Gina, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. If you are going to come into a cafe and let someone have it, you cannot wear something from 2009.
Giorgio, what about the ankle boots at girls' night? What in the Lady Gaga 2010 were those bedazzled Hobby Lobby freaking ankle clunker boots?
Let me tell you something. It's time to throw out the Chelsea boots, ladies and gays and theys, all of you.
It's been time for about 3
You're wearing
years.
them with shorts now. No.
We're done.
I guarantee if you go to Chelsea in New York, no one's fucking wearing a Chelsea boot right now. I can tell you that. It's done.
I thought it was supposed to be like Chelsea London type of thing.
Well, I clearly don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, nonetheless, throw them out.
Wait, Chelsea knows.
Throw them out.
They're done. They cut off your leg, and they made Gina's not a short girl, so I'm not a short girl, and I have boats for feet. They don't make your feet look cute and dainty. That's for goddamn sure. She was
She almost fell into those damn bushes. That's how clunky those fucking shoes and hat and everything that she had on almost fell into the bushes in the parking lot outside the cafe. Did they just call her that morning and was like, hey, I know you're off today, but we really need to film this scene today because Jen's going to Vegas? And she's like, fuck. But Travis is moving out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
She's just, I'm with her, but I am not with these looks. I don't know what the hell happened. And let me tell you another thing. I saw a confessional look that's coming up. Who fucking hates her? That's what I want to know.
A gay in her life who was like, yes, babe, it looks great.
That better not be a gay. That better not be a gay. It better not even be a they. That is a hating woman. Because even a hating gay would put her in something better than that. They wouldn't set her up like that hard.
Well, the Forever 21 necklace chains she had on last year looking like Mr. T.
I didn't even mind that. At least you fucking tried. These looks, it's like we really want to make it seem like reality. Like that's what she looks like when she goes to Wegmans. I don't know. All I'm saying is that like you are filming a show. And if you're a real estate agent that knows her worth, then I need you to get some new blazers, mix it up, get some pieces. I know you guys are tight on the funds, but now that Travis is moved out, you should have a little bit more pocket change. How much does she make on the show, by the way?
That's the other question. She makes enough that she's like, but I feel bad because I want to take my kids on vacation. But I don't want to take the whole Brady bunch. I get that. I do.
Yeah, but you know what, hun? You signed up for that. So I do agree. Mm-hmm. Here's where it's messed up. You know who it's messed up for, really? Not Travis or Gina. The kids.
Yep.
Because you guys are lambasting this shit on national television on top of it. So when they go to school, they're like, wow.
Thanks, Gina, Dad.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm not mad at you, Gina.
I'm annoyed with you, Gina. I'll say that.
I actually helped Gina out on TikTok a couple years ago. I haven't talked about this.
Talk about it.
She posted a clapback video to Kelly Dodd, and I went into her comment and I said, take this down. You are better than that. You're on the show. She is not. And she took it down.
There you go.
So if she listened to me about that, I think she could let me help her. Spend a week with me. I don't mind. Let's go to Kohl's. I don't care what the budget is. I can make it work.
Sweetheart, all you need is to run over to Zara and get a tailor, okay? Good tailoring can do something for anything, okay? God, it doesn't have to be Revolve. I'm a Revolve victim constantly, but only when I feel like I can afford it, when the credit card is a little more paid off at the moment. But, that type of thing, like there are plenty of places, get it tailored, and it looks more expensive when it's tailored. My God. Yeah, and Gina, I don't know, man. It's like now that she's not the poorest one in the group, it's like.
I think Shannon isn't she?
Jenn.
Well, are we really? Did she ever have wealth? What are we talking about here?
But that's how we have
Your
to think
wealth
about it.
was attached to men. Your dad, your husband, Ryan. Actually, it's not Ryan's. Allegedly, it's the baseball player's money. But who's counting? All I'm saying,
the bank.
Gina, between being a realtor and being on this show, not including any other deals or sponsorships you do through your social media, you mean to tell me that that's the best you can fucking pull together? And I better not find out a stylist fucking pulled clothes for her this season.
No way.
I will go to Orange County and burn everyone's house down. I won't do that for legal purposes, but I'm just saying it would really make my blood boil if she was like, oh my God, my stylist picked all these looks for me though.
Oh, get out of here. No stylist. Listen, if a stylist pulled anything for her, she then did what she wanted with it. I could totally see Gina doing that. Being like, you know what? I don't really like this top with this. My face can't help but show exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm going to put this with it. I don't care what she said. Miss Ma'am.
While we're on the topic, can we please stop overpacking our townhouses with big clunky wooden furniture and fucking credenzas and shit? We don't have the space for it, hun. Minimal. You don't need all that clunky furniture. And now it's just you.
Sweetheart, we cannot even talk about
how did production get in and out of that bedroom? How are they in there? Are they on the bed?
Gina's decor style is much worse than the fashion sense. Okay. I'm sorry, not everyone has an eye for it. Okay. But
yes, but they have Wayfair and they have places that set it up for you, like Marlowe Furniture, all those places, Bob's Furniture. They have the whole decor. You can buy it all with the pillows included. There's no more excuses. If you can't hodgepodge a look together for your home, then go buy the matched furniture bit so it at least looks like
cohesive.
It's a bit collegey.
Or it's a bit like 20s, it's my second apartment. You know what I mean?
Like second apartment if you were on the hills.
Yeah, but
yeah.
You know, like it's got some nice stuff in it, but not like it's not your 30s apartment. Right? At least, you know.
What is she, 39?
Roughly, I think. Somewhere around there.
Oh God, she better be. Sound like an old bat coming for this young little girl. Little girl.
Because you're so much older than 39 and all. I can't get over this opening scene with Terry and Heather Dubrow, where they actually expect us to believe that they could see the hills from their kitchen out this foggy ass window in Century City. And she's like, Terry, is that our house out there? Terry, oh no, wait. No, wait, that's Drake's house. Terry, oh yes, that's Drake's house. There's our house. Ours is much bigger than Drake's. See, Lisa Brennan, we're neighbors with Drake.
What I want to know is, do they have a kink with pointing and looking afar together?
Yes, they have a kink with going, look
is
at
that what
person.
Heather gets her knob off on, pointing, and when there's a camera in the room, like she's just like, hello, kitty. Look over there, Terry. I love how the editors actually wanted us to believe that putting the arrows to just like.
No, they did it because did you notice they go back behind them to show them walking from the kitchen to the terrace where they were pointing out of? Y'all, listen, I know Terry Dubrow has to have some decent eyesight to be a plastic surgeon, but it is not, as long as he is nearsighted, that's all that matters to me, okay? He is not, there's no way that Mr. Man in his 50s, I'm sorry, how old are you, Terry? Jesus, I'm sorry.
We are age shaming all over this live. 17 minutes in, Jesus, help us.
Yeah, imagine what the rest of the show is going to be. Especially when we get to Jersey.
We haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes.
Imagine when that hopefully nearsighted young man. No, Jesus, I already did it. Okay, so imagine there's no way. Okay, and then Heather puts on. We're just gonna say a faux fur coat. Shall we take our drinks out onto the terrace?
No. Let's pour our drink, leave the drink here, and then go out onto the terrace.
I was cackling at this. I mean, look at me.
Such a daytime series actress. She does not care if it's a reality show. She is going in scene.
She is. You know, she set that up. She was like, so here's what I was thinking. We would start out by saying, look, we're going to point out our house from here. No, we're not doing it at the window. The lighting is much better in the kitchen. Okay.
I think you should get a shot of me and Terry from the side also walking out when you get us from behind. Yeah?
You know she's doing it.
1,000%. She is directing her scenes 1,000%. Poor Terry. He probably gets a lowdown of what he's allowed to say and not say.
Absolutely.
Before the scene. Also, I do want to backtrack a little bit. No shade, but after reading the reviews a couple years ago on Terry's practice, I'm not. If I was looking for a boob job of any kind or any type of no. No.
If it were between him and Lenny Hochstein.
For boobs?
Anything. I'm going with Terry.
No, I wouldn't go to Lenny either, because then I'd look like his girlfriend.
I was just curious. Wait.
The thing for me is that I feel like at a certain point, it's time to hang it up. or pass the baton and run your practice from afar. But like when do you realize that you're like done? Do you have an oopsie in the middle of like, do you put the nipple on the belly button and you're like, oh, it's time to wrap this up? You know what I mean? Or does someone come in and say, sweetheart,
I think it's when the bipple happens.
I think it's time to pass this on to someone else, younger, tighter.
It's as soon as the bipple happens, man. That's going to be the new slogan for. Well, yeah. And so just Kelly said this here. Doctors don't like to retire. My father is a doctor and he would love to retire. It's hard to retire in 2024.
Well, that's it. Right? I mean, that's not their problem. Let's be honest. Their problem is not because Terry's like, this is a bad economy. I can't quit now.
Exactly.
But she also wouldn't allow it.
How else is she going to get her Sculptra?
No, it fits the whole mold for her. She's married to a doctor. She was an actress. Excuse me.
Oh my God. See, Giorgio, you're in trouble again.
Excuse me. I've already come for Heather with my TikTok, which gave Katie the bait to go running into the scene with it. Heather probably fucking hates me. Her daughter stitched one of my videos when the cheating rumors were happening. So I was like, can someone check in on Heather? Is she okay? And her daughter stitched it and she brought it over to her mom. She's like, Mom, are you okay? She's like, I'm stellar. I need to find it. I should have saved it. It's fucking hilarious. I will find it. I will find it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Who is it that
I don't think she likes me.
It's the Watch What Crappens guys that say that she I think Ronnie says she reminds him of Coraline's mom in Coraline. Great movie, by the way.
Oh, I could see that. But did you remember Heather's mother?
Oh my God.
So you already know what that's about.
Oh my God. 100%.
Perfection at all times.
You know, if someone has Heather just going, oh, okay, mother. Oh.
Because her mother would lay her out in just a few sentences and she wouldn't come out of her house.
No.
She would.
She's known Heather since she had her maiden name, honey. Since before the veneers and no episode, no moments have been cemented like this episode was about the very apparent fear there is of Heather among these women.
Why?
I'm scared of Heather and I don't even know her.
Oh, give me a break, Heather. I'm not saying that in like a bucking way. I'm not asking her to come for me. But listen, if we're going to be on the show together, sweetie, this is not a tiered system. If I'm full-time, I'm coming in full-time.
It's something about the waspiness of her that is terrifying, I think. Like, Tamara, would I want to go toes with Tamara? Absolutely not. But Tamara...
I wouldn't care. I'm so scrappy verbally that I prefer it over a Heather Dubrow conference because I would get so annoyed with the like, you don't understand. Like that type of communication during an altercation sends me through the roof. So I'd much rather scream it out, throw napkins across the table. Yeah, because it'd be over in 10 minutes and then we'd go get a drink. Heather,
and plus,
it's like a 6-month manipulation tactic of trying to pretend like she's moved on, but she hasn't. She's setting you up. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about Heather, it's like the fear I would have is the way and this is the thing for Katie. Katie can have the most absolute solid proof that is undeniable, but Heather will find a way to spin it to absolutely be like, this is a lie. And it's like, that is what's infuriating too about someone like her is it's like, there's no admitting any wrong. Heather does not believe she is capable of being wrong. I think we've seen her apologize maybe twice in the entire time she's been on our TV screens. You know, I understand that her plight with not being considered an actress when she has worked on plenty of things is it's hard when you have had to fight and claw your way through things. And even because what people say to you as soon as you're like, well, I was an actor, am an actor. Well, what have I seen you on? And my answer would always be like, nothing, absolutely nothing. You wouldn't have seen it because people are dying to just be like that. And then they brush you off if they don't know what you may have been on that they would have seen. And I can understand many, 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 many years of that. But let's be real. Heather is doing that career, was what have you, as more of her passion. It is not her livelihood. And I think that's where my annoyance comes from is it's like, okay, but you aren't still living in a studio apartment waiting tables at say 40 years old. There, I didn't age shame anyone. Point being is she hasn't fully lived the hard part of it long enough in my eyes to be able to be that bitter about anyone saying anything about her career.
I think she went into it partially for the acting, but also for the opportunities to meet wealthy men. So it seemed like she winner, chicken dinner. So,
Yes.
You can't do everything. You can, but you're not going to be. If she's upset because she feels wronged in the sense she's not getting her flowers as an actress, sweetheart, get in line. You and everyone else who's been beating the pavement for the last 15 years trying to make that one break. So, yeah, you're preaching to the choir, but guess what? Heather, you're on a hit reality TV show.
That's a bigger claim to fame.
Best hybrid of what you could have imagined for yourself, because you can still be an actress.
Exactly. You can. Hallie, yes, if I've seen Hallie, I've seen your Instagram. I think it's very good. Hallie's saying here in the comments, Heather is also a Capricorn. They are always right and don't say sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Hallie T. Light work, because she is the epitome of a Capricorn. I'm not surprised to hear that. Not shocking at all. Okay, Giorgio, I'm going to need you to talk to Emily about peeing on a toilet because our urethras cannot aim at things the way you men can. Can we stop peeing in bushes? I love you so much, Emily. You are like everything to me. Please, please. Because you're just getting pee everywhere, like all over your shoes that are no doubtedly much more expensive than any of the shoes that Gina or Jen are wearing. And I cannot stand to see a good pair of Pradas ruined. I'm sorry, I can't.
I had a friend though that she could pee and she was good. Here's what I'll say. Is it my first
Oklahoma?
Is it my first thought?
What's her name, Morgan? No.
Yes. No. The thing is, I feel so seen with Emily because I am the same way. I would not have wanted to go in the house and have to do the whole meeting. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. I just want to use your fucking bathroom.
You would not have gone and peed in the bush, though, Giorgio.
I probably wouldn't have peed in her bush, but I would have gone around a corner and peed in a bush.
I cannot even see it happening. I can't. No way. No.
I'm not saying it would be on my roster of things to do when I got there, but if I did have to pee and didn't want to go in and meet your husband yet, I might be peeing in a bush.
Ugh. There's a first for everything. Okay. People keep comparing Katie to Anna Marie from this last season of Beverly Hills, and I think it is not even in the same.
I've seen this too. What are you guys? What? How? How?
First of all, Anna Marie came in guns blazing. Okay. She was just in to go for the kill. And Katie is too, but Katie is kind of going about it in a much more stealthy way, I would say. Does that make any sense? Like Anna Marie was a little bit more of a bull in a china shop.
Katie is She's a winner chicken dinner, and here is why. Everyone call her thirsty all you want. You guys call all the new housewives thirsty, by the way.
Well, they got to do what they got to do.
I love that she came from journalism, because what that means to me is she can talk you down. Do you see how she didn't flinch though?
And in
she
that
didn't
golf
get loud.
voice.
She didn't get loud with Heather. She didn't do any of that. She leaned in and said, "You are."
But can I also explain something? I grew up on a golf course. I come from a golf family. I don't want to give my brother's identity away because he probably doesn't want any involvement with Bravo. So let me leave out his achievements in golf. But I started golfing. I was like 6 or 7 working with a pro. I did my first tournament when I was like 8, I think it was. So the way Heather was yelling on anywhere near a country club, anywhere within, it doesn't matter that they were just on like a chipping green, like the practice area. You don't yell like that. And it was cracking me up that Heather would be so uncouth for Heather Dubrow to be losing her shit the way she was. Because again, you notice, yes, Katie has that golf commentator voice, but she knows better than to actually be like raising up the way Heather was. That's why she was just, oh, well, that's, it was just interesting to come into this group knowing you lied. Because I think maybe if
I love it. I love every second of it, man. I know everyone is like trying to crap on this Katie woman. She's killing it.
I like her.
She blends right in. She seems very comfortable with the girls. Listen, she's friends with Sutton Strack, for God's sakes. Don't you dare put her in the same boat as Anna Marie or Noella. Not even close. Although Katie does like Noella, and she said that. She would love to meet up with her. And I don't think there's anything wrong with Noella. I just don't think she was the right fit for the show.
No, and I think it would have been detrimental to Katie and her coming on as a new person to go shit on a housewife that didn't have a good run. I still think that they let go of Noella too quickly. I think they should have gone ahead because the way Noella triggered Heather, that was some good TV. That's why Heather only works on OC. She won't work on Beverly Hills like she was hoping, which is why they got that apartment out there to begin with. And then Heather was like, oh, it's just an oversized closet. So then can't do that because it's not worth trying to get the Beverly Hills contract, but she won't work on Beverly Hills because she's so uptight that she works on OC because these ladies are nutty. They'll go crazy. They'll yell, they'll scream. The Beverly Hills ladies don't do it in that way. They're all...
It's better to be the big fish in a little pond than go over to Beverly Hills and look like every other woman with brown hair that has a massive house next to Drake. No one gives a shit, and she knows it. So she knows she has more opportunity staying in Orange County, having real estate in Beverly Hills, because she obviously likes the vibe better.
And the status.
Of course. And let's be honest, she has the money to be Beverly Hills status. She is Beverly Hills. I've always said that. I don't understand what the hell she's doing in Orange County. Why'd you but the beauty of having that kind of money is that you don't have to stay in one place for too long. You can stay wherever you want, whenever you want.
Just have your driver.
How's the Heather Dubrow network doing, by the way?
HD?
Yeah. How's that doing?
I don't know. Call Mark Cuban. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see what he says. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. So, I don't really want to talk about Vicki's staph infection. Yeah, no, that was just, okay. We're moving on from that because we have some Jersey to get into eventually. Okay. There is one point that Jenn had made when she was getting ready to go to Vegas with Ryan that I do agree with, one singular point. That if she were married to Ryan, they wouldn't be... Now, let me also add this. If she were married to Ryan and we didn't already know about Ryan's legal issues and his shady boots money practices, allegedly, that people wouldn't be judgy about how much money she has to be going to Vegas. But what's interesting is in the same breath, we find out she and her partners owe back rent on the yoga studio to the tune of $133,000. I understand when you are so stressed out beyond belief, like being like, I just want to bury my head in the sand. Do I go to Vegas to do that? No. No, because then, though Jenn just keeps showing how I'm going to say ignorantly naive. And it's because being naive usually comes with a certain age and ignorance is a choice. So she's choosing to be, okay, we'll say willful naivete when it comes to money and how to be an adult. Making a verbal agreement with your landlord during COVID about, oh, we're going to have a lower rent, a verbal agreement.
Even Ryan's scamming ass even said that's not going to hold up in any type of situation.
That's exactly what I wrote.
So if your scammer boyfriend allegedly is telling you that, you're fucked.
I mean, y'all.
Let me explain something. This is such a layered situation, right? Because it's not like, what is she supposed to do? Just be locked in the house and not do anything? I get that. That's very extreme. And I'm not saying she's not allowed to live her life. And clearly she's living with Ryan and Ryan's financially taking care of things. But when you are going through something like that, so like, how do I explain this without triggering all the people that are just like Jenn? If you're going to be on a national reality television show and you already know shit doesn't look right with Ryan, but you still want to be with him, you don't care about it because that's really what it is. She knows he's into some shit. She just likes the benefits that come with it. So she's like, no, this is Jesus's plan. So
Jesus took the wheel and he steered me toward Ryan.
I don't think you were ever in the driver's seat though. So don't bring Jesus into this. I'm so sick of people bringing, this is God's plan. But don't bring God into this.
Not his fault.
For this. Now, why is
not
he
his
in
fault?
it
You didn't try to apply for a credit card.
But at the same time, you're on a reality show with someone who, and you have a pattern of not knowing what's going on.
Not
to
doing
the point
any
where your own children are like, hey, I don't care if it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I would just like something stable that I can know that is not going to have to shift and move. And she's like, me too, sweetie. Don't you think that's what I want too? Aren't you the fucking mom?
That would have broken me to hear my child say that to me.
It should break you.
It would.
But she didn't take it that way. She was like, me too, girl. Me too. How are your drinks over there? Like,
well, it was also a bit of, yeah, I know, baby. I'm having such a hard time.
Are you? Are you? Because there's fucking cameras in our house all the time. You're getting a check. Dad is sick of it. But here's my question for Will. So, Will, you know that fuck Jenn. You know your children are possibly not in a stable home. Why aren't they with you?
Yeah, because
until she was able to get her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree, parent, but like something's off with that. Like her parents as well. No one stepped in and was like, well, now wait a second, hon. You're really riding off the rails with this like golden dick man of yours, but these kids should not suffer as a result. So they're going to come on over here. And when you get settled and that dick turns brass, then we can talk about the children maybe coming back over when you've shown that you can keep a lease for a year.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Jenn, honey, your dickmatization should not be to the detriment of your children.
You shouldn't still be dickmatized this long in. Get over it.
And he's so juvenile. I'm just like, yeah, the dress would look even better on my nightstand.
That's the other problem that I'm having with this. This is like, this is not 2006, bro.
Yeah.
You're not Brody Jenner. Fuck off. Like, this isn't like you and your like fake Ed Hardy shit that you like. Listen, I've done so much research on this man. He is, that's why I'm saying I don't feel bad for her anymore, because I think she absolutely is she's on game with him on that stuff. That's why I think she is going to protect him when all this stuff comes out later in the season, because she knows if she throws him under the bus, where is she going to go?
Yeah. It just makes me sick to my stomach.
That she put her kids through that?
Yes, the way this man weaseled
the embarrassment those kids must have seeing that their mom is on this show with a guy who potentially was involved in stealing a baseball player's money to go gamble it, and then she's being evicted. It's like, that's really traumatizing. And I don't like talking about people's children on these shows. I refrain from it, even if it's a whole ass scene. I'm not recapping it, because I just feel like that's not what I'm watching for. And number two, you're coming off all kinds of irresponsible, and I hate to be the one that sounds all judgy, like, who am I? But no, I'm sorry. There's just certain things that, like, no, you shouldn't be doing that, bitch. Like, you need to take care of your kids. You should be getting a house. And if you can't afford a $12,000 a month house, here's the other thing. Why, even after divorcing this man, do you think that he should be picking up 70% of a $12,000 a month lease when he's not even going to live in that house?
Well, I'll tell you why on that end. And this, let's just put this, the way I'm going to say this is as if she hadn't allegedly cheated on Will. Okay. So let's put that aside for just a second. This is part of the issue where women of, I'll say, what is it, Gen X and older, being put in this position where their husband says, if you will take care of our children, because it is a full-time job to take care of your children and not work and be home with our kids, then I got you, you're taken care of. And so these women spend all this time at home with their kids, having nothing on their resume, which a lot of shithead companies don't actually stop and consider that managing a household, whether it be 1,500 square feet or 15,000 square feet, actually takes a significant amount of effort when you're managing a family, a household, all of that. There are managerial skills in that, and they won't even consider them for taking on jobs. So that's where women who are in similar positions to Jenn, where she has what, 4 kids? 4, 5, 4?
It's like 5 or something, I think.
Yeah. That is a lot. Now, she spent all that time with the job title of wife and mother, which again, corporate America does not consider that to be any type of work experience, even though it actually is. Okay. Now, I do want to say that there should be some consideration. Yes, if you're in an unhappy marriage, you don't have to stay in an unhappy marriage, but get out of the marriage before you start stooping the local gym whore and maybe get that wrapped up, because that's what she should have done. And I think she would have ended up in a much better financial position if she had just decided, hey, I want a divorce, and then after separating, started dating Ryan. But again, it's her history of poor choices. And it's because she allegedly was stepping out on Will that I do agree that it's like, no, you weren't faithful in our marriage.
No,
you didn't honor the vows.
Be getting a $12,000 house. The kids don't need a $12,000 a month lease. I'm so sorry. So yes, I agree that yes, she is managing the kids. Absolutely, he should be paying 70 to 80% of that lease, whatever it is. But
not on a $12,000.
$12,000? Who are you?
Do you know
also,
people,
it's not, if you can go get your own bank
like
account, you can start a business, you're on TV. So this I can't get a job bit, give me a break. You want to open up a yoga, I wouldn't hire you anyway.
On top of that,
you walked away from a verbal agreement and thought that was solid. So no, I'm so sorry. No.
for a lease. And then
Ma'am?
that tells you how stupid her, I shouldn't say stupid, how ignorant her business partners are as well. It's not even like she could have made that decision all by herself. She had to have that conversation with them because they're all paying the rent on it. So they all went, oh, cool. So he just said, fantastic. No one was like, did you get it in writing? Like wild.
This is why you don't start businesses with your girlfriends, because if none of you guys have any type of skill set, or not one person on that team is going to have the Virgo in them that's going to chase everyone down and micromanage the detail around making sure things don't fall through the cracks, then no, you shouldn't be starting a business. Why do you need to have all these things though? You don't even have if Ryan left tomorrow, you have no car and no home. What are you going to do? And everyone's shitting on Emily because she's throwing in her face. I would do the same. You want to come on national television and dress in Gucci and shit when you can't even buy your own Gucci?
No, baby. I'm going to tell you what. There is no name brand that would be important enough for me to wear, whether I got it from DH Gate or from the boutique itself. I would find a way to work whatever I could afford. And that's what the rest of the world does.
Let me tell you something. When I get on one of these shows and I'm having God forbid, but if I'm in a situation like that, you're going to see me wearing all black that whole season. All black. Black blazer, black jacket, black pants, black jeans, black sequin. Like, it's going to be all black. Why? Because I can get it for dirt cheap and I can make it look fucking expensive.
But
that's what I was saying about Gina. You are going to, you're getting pins from the vintage store to put on your 2009 Hillary Duff hat in 2024. Enough.
Women clean.
But also, don't you feel a little dumb? Isn't that like buying a G-Wagon and then living in a $2,000 a month apartment? Isn't it like buying a Birkin, but you just got your car repoed? What is happening?
Wait, I just see Gina doing Hillary Duff's Good Morning America appearance where she was like,
wake up, wake up. Okay.
It's a, gosh, chicken wing with the mic. Wake up, wake up. Okay. Yeah, no, what kind of fucking car is she driving? I'm trying to get a new car right now. And you know what? What I really want? Loved it. But guess what? I also said, I don't give a shit what people think of me from my car. What I need to be concerned about is it safe and affordable. This is what's obnoxious is these women. I think what the collective frustration is that they worry more about people judging them for what they don't have rather than us seeing through the stretched thin, like you can see through that pizza dough when it comes to the bank accounts to try and keep up with the Joneses. And that makes me think, and I don't want to say it makes me think less of someone, but it's like, you're so concerned. It just frustrates me. And I understand I'm not on television to be judged where people are like, oh, her facelift looks so bad. And like, oh my God, what's wrong with her hair extensions? Like, yes, I fully understand that because I don't always need to see myself at every angle. Okay. But that being said, I think that's where the general frustration is because the rest of us in the world go, okay, well, I can't afford a Gucci shift dress. So I'll find a dupe and I'm not going to try and make it look like I can afford one if I can't. I think that's where it gets annoying.
But here's the other side to this. It's really comes down to, listen, you can have a lot of money and buy every label and look like garbage. There are people that can go, listen, if I was old enough to be on those shows back in the day that was like, oh, here's $50, go put a gala outfit together.
Right.
I could do that. Do that. So that's why when I see stuff like that, it's like, who dressed you guys?
It ain't that hard, honey.
Who told you to wear this? Also, like, did no one stop her at any point and be like, maybe not the Gucci backpack today?
Maybe not the Fucci or the Fata or the...
I don't even care if it is. I don't even care if it's fake. Don't. because it sends a message that you care more about how you are perceived than what's really going on.
See, this is where I get also frustrated is she misses opportunities to maybe even feature a brand that is, it could be sustainable. It could be just a smaller boutique brand that uses very, very good, rich materials, but just because it doesn't have the logo on it, and she could literally be partnering. Like there was, listen, this is not an ad. I earn nothing from this. For example, do you remember that little blue handbag I carried with me everywhere at BravoCon?
Mm-hmm.
It was under $150. I got more compliments on it than I think anyone would have gotten on a regular old, Gucci camera bag. Because guess what? I got resourceful and I went, the color is chic. It's that Majorelle blue. It's YSL blue. And it's Saint Oddity. Again, I earn nothing from this. So you're welcome, friends. You can have like your initials, your name put on it in gold, and the gold chain was heavy. That looked more expensive than half of these big name brands I'm seeing on screen.
Well,
and I would rather.
That's exactly why these companies, first of all, we're not going to
have
go down
earned
this
money
rabbit
from
hole, but this is exactly what just happened with Beador. Someone leaked how much it costs to make a bag and what the markup is. So you wonder why people are going on DHgate now? So that in and of itself doesn't matter. But to be fair, if you guys are going to buy a Chanel bag, don't buy one after 2008. You're welcome. I don't care how fucking nice it is. You'll see. Don't invest in that shit. 2024, people are so numb to all of that stuff now anyways. When I lived in New York, the homeless woman had a Birkin and was wearing Louis Vuitton because no one cares. It's so, everyone has all of that stuff. Yeah. It's such a mass market for it. But any real rich, wealthy person, their closet does not look like that.
No.
At all. So that's the difference, I think, with someone like a Jenn Pedranti who thinks, oh,
that's what
blowout,
looks like.
Glam, Gucci backpack, fur boots. I look like I have money in the OC. What it really looks like is that you have a lampshade and an air mattress in your apartment. That's what I read when I see people like that.
Yeah. It's
to come to the coffee shop?
Honey, she would have looked chic if she'd shown up in some Juicy Couture sweats and just.
But doesn't it look stupid when you owe your landlords all that money to be bopping around with any label? You would be seeing me at Target.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah.
And I would make that my whole storyline. Hey, guys, gotta go shopping here because I can't afford stuff right now because I got all this shit. Like, people would be more empathetic if she leaned into it more instead of being like, I don't know what I would do without all the men in my life, Dad.
People would at least want to be more, they would find her more relatable that she was shopping at Target, and they would go, you know what? Okay, she is like the rest of us. She's trying her best.
There would be a lot of divorced women that would be like, yeah, I fucking get it.
Yeah.
I get it, man. And you would see they would come out in droves to support her.
Absolutely.
The ones that are supporting her right now are the ones that are in relationships with their own Ryan. So that's why they're getting pissy at me whenever I talk about her. But the point is, I'm not here to piss all over Jenn. I actually really think that she is a good human being. And I don't see her as someone that is, I don't see a darkness in her in that way. But I do think that she's very selfish and self-absorbed. But I think that's also based on her environment and how she was raised. Because like I said a couple weeks back, her dad clearly made sure to take care of everything for his little princess.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, if your parents are able to bail you out, I won't begrudge someone who has.
No, I'm not begrudging her for that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that because of that resource, she doesn't have to actually worry about it.
She doesn't have the real fear in her.
Dad, he's not going to say no.
Right.
That man took more, he gave more shits about the kids in the situation than Will did, in my opinion. Because where were you, Daddy? Back in Ohio or wherever you are?
Oklahoma.
Not working for the family business anymore.
No, I think, he was working for the law firm that her father has. I think he was made a partner there. I don't know that he's necessarily a practicing attorney. I could be wrong. I know he has his JD. And remember, I went on that whole thing about how he now works basically in like big pharma biotech type of thing. I don't know. Something above my pay grade and brain cells. Giorgio.
I think I found him on LinkedIn. I didn't connect with him, but
No, I found him on LinkedIn too. You know, we both were. Of course.
I always go on LinkedIn to find people. It's so easy.
It's the best way to do it. Okay. Giorgio. So for people who are going to be listening on audio, this is going to be a 2-parter. It's not going to be 2 hours long. Don't worry. But this is the end of part 1 for our Orange County, New Jersey chit chat, because I feel like New Jersey, we just have a lot we need to say. Now, there is going to be an aspect of recapping that final scene when it comes to Jersey in part 2 of this episode, because there were certain little things I have to point out or I will die. I will implode. Okay. So again, this is for audio. We are going into part 2 of Bestie Tuesday. Okay. Get ready. All right. New Jersey. Giorgio.
My God. Can I just say, I would like to thank New Jersey in this finale for inspiring me to create a ton of fun content because I have had a blast over here. I don't go out much, so I get to play with my little props and things that I don't normally wear, like this little guy.
Oh my God, yes. I almost commented like, wait a minute, Kelly.
So this is obviously a fake Kelly, hence the fake Kelly.
Love it.
The fun fact is I've always been obsessed with having a Birkin and a Kelly. And
oh yes, for audio, he's holding up the cutest.
Oh, sorry, yes, audio only.
Kelly Birkin.
It's a mini Kelly, but it's a dupe. So I bought this. I found it on Amazon, and I got it on Amazon. It's all real leather. It's obviously just not branded. But the reason why I got it was because I had seen people with like the fake Birkins that had like it says fake Birkin, and I was like, oh,
Dolores had one this episode.
Yeah. I feel like I could do that myself. So I was like, let me just see if I can find one. So I did, and then I bought those. They look like markers, but you can do things on like leather, like white on. And so I did this.
Oh my God, our DIY king.
I am a DIYer. If I want something, like I have a chair in my closet that used to be Jeff's parents in their dining room, and I reupholstered it into a black faux croc situation with the I'll send you a picture.
If you knew how many things.
I'm a DIYer. If I see it, I'm visual. If I can use it, if I can figure out how to make it myself, I will try my best to do so. But yeah, so if everyone asking me, I did not buy that from anyone. I kind of hodgepodged it, but thank you.
So I know you watched Uncensored on Peacock, and can I tell you, I didn't know how much of a potent drug it was to hear Dolores Catania call Marge an effing lying see you next Tuesday. So full blown Pattison. And it's not because I don't like Marge. I like Marge. It was just like, I need more of this drug. I think I'm addicted.
You know what's crazy? When I watched it live, I'm telling you guys, the bleeping adds a filter like no other, because the scene was completely different when I watched it on Peacock without bleeping. For some reason, she seemed angrier. Like, it just felt like, oh shit, she's gonna punch me in my face. That's what it.
But like, when you could hear it,
you're a fucking liar. Like, I was like, oh. But you know what? The thing is, I think Queens of Bravo posted a like compilation of Patterson Dolores rather. I was like, oh, holy shit. If I had cameras on me every time I wigged out, I would be like that. That's how I talk. I literally sat here. I have goosebumps right now. I could cry, and I'm not sad about it. Like, I was like, oh, wow, that's what I look like.
Wait,
That's what I fucking look like, dude.
you had like an existential experience watching that, being like,
The uncensored one.
it is a mirror.
If I didn't watch it uncensored, I would have been like, okay. But then, like, holy shit. Hello, Giorgio. Wow.
Jamie snort. Oh.
Need to work on some things here.
I thought you were going to say something totally different, but no. Oh, no.
Wait, what did you think I was going to say?
Goosebumps because I am Dolores from Patterson.
I would never, listen, I would not fuck around. That's one person I don't care. She could
Dolores?
be wrong as all the hell. You are right, ma'am.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Her and Drita. You said this, Drita. No, I fucking didn't. Okay. Have a good day. Toodles. I'm not doing this fucking scene. Dolores is the same. Nope.
Sorry, ma'am. I left my hearing aid at home.
Remember that? Then it didn't happen.
Nope. What are you talking about? I wasn't even here. I'm an illusion. I'm heading out. Dolores, because if she's getting mad, it's something really happened, because she does not get like that. But the way she calmed down, I'm sorry, I haven't been getting very much sleep. I'm tired.
Well, because Paulie keeps flipping around with the thermostat. Not very thoughtful of you, Paulie. Now look, Marge is getting a fist in her face verbally. Over a phone call about going to a review for the reunion. My God. You know what's really interesting? The reaction Dolores had, though, means that she does fucking remember, and she didn't want that shit out. So she's mad that Marge brought it up on camera. That's why Marge stayed so calm. Did you see how calm she was? What? Why? Nothing, man. Like,
well, Marge knew it was she stepped in something she shouldn't have, because we don't usually see Marge back down. But I don't know. Something has gone awry between, in my opinion, Marge and Dolores, because when Dolores was on Watch What Happens Live with Danny Pellegrino right after, she was asked who should come back for another season. And she said Teresa and Jen Fessler, which is really interesting to me, because I thought she and Marge were kind of besties. They talk all the time.
So here's what I think happened. I don't even think Dolores cares. I think she just answered it that way because it is what it is for her. She obviously was going to throw Teresa's name out there, and she wasn't going to pick any of the other girls because she knows that that's going to draw up a lot of flames. So let's just say Fessler and just let everyone have at it. Here's the thing, though. Dolores is I love her. She's very calculated. She has ties to a lot of things from the past, the now, the future, which is why Teresa doesn't really mess with her. Because I think Dolores has made it very clear in past seasons when she's raged at Teresa. Remember that one scene where she's like, she gets up, leans over Teresa and was like, I did stick up for you. And was like about to throw the whole table with it. Yep. Those moments where it was like, they've definitely had some off the record conversations. And she said, listen, you want me to be on your side, then you're going to let me be fucking Switzerland, because I'm not going to go in here and have all my shit put on blast because I'm picking sides.
Well, and she's known Teresa a very long time.
Imagine how much they know about each other.
Okay. The intense polarization between the scene with Louie and Teresa talking shit and Joe, Gorga, and Melissa. I mean, Louie is sitting there in a Transcendence, I think it was Transcend t-shirt, saying he hopes Margaret's family and her son, quote, end quote, fucking suffers the way he perceives his own family has. I'm sorry. I need y'all, you tree huggers need to wake the fuck up and see who this man is. If he is showing that,
no, they don't. Let them all. Nope, let them have it. Because you know why? They all date men like Louie. That's why they ride his dick so hard. So don't try to sway them away from it. Let them have it.
Well, when you see Teresa crying, don't be not you. When you tree huggers see Teresa crying because Louie, which by the way, what happened to that scene where the two of them were fighting over finances in the front yard?
I'll tell you what that was. Teresa said you can put that in the trailer, but you're not going to air that little storyline because I will. And that's the other thing here too. I think Andy has gotten enough. He's done with this.
Yeah.
Because you know Teresa is blowing up the phone from last season, being like, and Lily, and my family, and Chia, and me, and Melania. It's just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. If he takes you to the bank and you have 0 to your name, I'm not going to feel sorry for you.
No.
I'm just going to replay you every single video where everyone literally
tried to tell you,
warned you, pointed it out, even though you know, that's not Margaret's involvement in whatever capacity that was, which was probably like 0.5%.
I can't wait to talk about that. Can't wait.
The thing is, you are making it seem like this whole ordeal of you not sleeping and the stress and the, oh my gosh, that's not from her. I'll tell you what that's from. Have you looked up all the lawsuits that he's involved in?
Yeah.
Named in?
Teresa is not.
Do you want me to read his apology?
Oh, yeah. I actually just pulled it up.
That's what you want to call it, but.
No, it wasn't an apology. It was an explanation. He's trying to say it was an apology. He never apologizes. Or no, he does say, I want to apologize and acknowledge it was wrong.
But it's like a, I'm sorry, but statement. It's like a, let me give you the reason why, so you'll be on my side.
Yeah, he says, he posted this today to his Instagram stories. The finale was very tough for me to watch, and I wanted to address it with you all. After watching the finale, I was disappointed in my actions bringing up Margaret Josephs' son. The reason he was even brought up was because I have been dealing with being falsely accused of calling Margaret's son at his work, which is simply not true. For the last year, Margaret kept putting this narrative out there that I called her son at work, and I have had to deal with it knowing I am being lied on. Well, maybe you didn't specifically call Louie, but you had someone call. Jesus Christ. Anyway, still, I know better not to bring someone's child up, and it is something I deeply regret. So I do want to apologize. See, I inserted the word not for him on accident. I do want to apologize and acknowledge that I was wrong. Then he's just like, there's been a lot of toxicity on the show that has, affected everyone on the show. We've been dealing with a lot of frustrating things behind the scenes, and it's been very hard for our entire family and my children, who have been really impacted by all that's happened at the hands of certain people. 2 wrongs don't make it right, and I deeply regret saying what I said. This is the point I want to make here. Not since that Amber what's her face and her husband on this show have we seen a man more incredibly aware of cameras on him at every step and turn. And the fact that he has let his mask slip, not once, not twice, but I'm going to say about 5 times, and he really let it slip in this moment. Y'all, he has got to be on another level off camera.
No.
I mean,
did you not hear Dolores kind of hint at that when she was talking to? She said Teresa feeds off of that because it stresses her out. Because imagine this man is doing his damnedest to look like a really good guy in public eye, but when those doors close, trust and believe, it is hell on earth. That's why she's not sleeping. It's not Margaret. She just needs a deflection point to blame it on someone. She's got to take it out on someone because she won't fess up and say, this was not good. You've effed up, Louie. This is your stuff. You are the one bringing in all the drama. Because let's be honest, I personally believe if Louie never entered the picture, Teresa and Melissa would still be communicating. They may not be besties, but they would have filmed together. They would have been able to communicate. Same with Joe Gorga. That man is doing exactly what a narcissistic man does. Isolates, brainwashes, and takes advantage of all the weak spots that he already knew about you when he pretended to meet you for the first time on the shore. So, you know what? Let her have it and let I don't even care. The Roxanne girl and them that are always wreaking havoc all over the internet, trying to defend these two within an inch of their life. Like, keep cashing the checks. I hope they continue.
Because what happens when Teresa's not on this show anymore?
You guys make your whole platform this one person, and then when they don't stay on the show or the show goes away, then you guys what?
It's wild.
I can name names, but I'm not going to on this podcast because there's one in particular that does it all the time. Gets mad and angry, gaslighting the people in the comment section. You guys are atrocious. You're not viewers. You're like, you literally think you're in the same friend group, I think. I think they think that.
No, they do. They do. I can confirm they do.
Like, they've talked to you twice. One of them was at BravoCon. Calm down.
You know, I was living for our mob wife entrances.
With a filter.
Oh. IG Famous by Diana said on Instagram, Real Housewives of New Jersey is mob wives with a filter on. And I was like, yes, that's what it is. Thank you.
It's almost like the Disney Channel version of Mob Wives in some way, because it's like, you know, watered down much more, even though it's still pretty violent.
It's the Bravo version of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Truly. I got it. When Teresa comes in and immediately is like, I'm not sitting next to her about Margaret. And we start with Danielle. I mean, it was like, okay, fucking whatever. Everyone was like, Jesus Christ, really? We're still playing this game? Fine. And when Danielle starts in with Jennifer regarding this whole charity event, Teresa and everyone around them make it clear they don't give a shit about this.
Nope. Teresa's only there to expose Margaret. That's why she was there. She don't want to hear about Danielle's beef with Jen Aiden.
Oh, no. Teresa had her script that Louie wrote up for her, and he tried to upload that into her brain. Didn't quite compute. A few, words got mixed up. But when Jennifer said to Danielle, and I want to say something about this type of mentality, because you and I have had conversations about specific people saying these type of things. I hate it. And I use that word very specifically. Jennifer says to Danielle, you and your husband don't pay for things because you can't afford it. I get it. Who do you fucking think your viewership is? They can't even afford half the shit Danielle Cabral and her husband can't afford. Jennifer Aiden, you disgust me the way you speak about people in different tax brackets. Get the fuck off the show. I'm glad you're gone. For a long time, I thought you were a necessary villain to have, but now I couldn't give a shit. You shit on your viewership saying things like that.
Don't give her the credit. She loves it. And I'm going to tell you something. Fun fact, everyone. Fun fact. She started following me about 8 months ago on TikTok. And I thought by now for sure she unfollowed because I'm clearly not on her side. We're still friends on TikTok. So she watches and she's very much, I know she's trying to play it off like, oh, I'll just go buy my Ferraris and live my life. No, ma'am. If that was the case, you would have left right in the middle of your husband's affair being exposed if you didn't need it.
Thank you.
So cut the shit. You are sweating your balls off just as much as Miss Giudice Ruelas over there. Why do you think she put that statement out? She's like, oh, wait, I'm going to give him this check? Me? Oh, no, hold on. Right. Jim, Louie, write something for me, please. Now.
Uh-huh. Listen, Jennifer. Money talks and wealth whispers.
I could say so much about this right now.
I know.
But I will not. Because it's actually sad that this is what she deems as like
an insult
status.
Yeah.
If anything, you would be new money at if you were on the Titanic, Jenn Aiden, you would be the new money. Remember how they were treated? That's how you look.
If Jenn Aiden were on the Titanic, first of all,
Bill would not have put her on the boat first.
Jenn Aiden she would not have been on that door. And Bill Aiden would have, I'm sorry, no way. I'm sorry. Jenn Aiden would have been shoving the other women and children out of the way. Coming through. Well, my husband's a doctor, so we're more important.
The thing that I don't get about her is she is really microaggressive but then yet talks in black scent sometimes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? What are you doing? What are we giving? This is why I'm sorry, but like, if this is who you are, I hope to God it's not. But if it is, my God.
See, this is the problem, and please understand, friends, how I mean this. When you go low in the way verbally that Jenn Aiden does, like in a way that it's like, are you wanting to get punched in the face? Like, there are certain things, like, no, you shouldn't. You should be able to expect physical safety. That is true. At a certain point, though, she may as well say, go ahead and hit me, because the things she says are so horrific sometimes. She body shamed Nate. And I know I see people here in the comments saying, oh, Danielle insulted Bill first. Okay.
How did she do that, though? I know they cut out something. Jennifer Aiden said that, but she brought up the pool house. We already know about the pool house, Jennifer. She didn't say anything physically. You know what she could have said, Jenn Aiden? Your husband looks like a fucking Disney villain. But we're not here worried about that. Why doesn't he fix that?
That's the thing.
She said something. She was saying essentially, you're in a loveless marriage. You have no life. So you have this. This is all you've got. And I feel sorry for you. And all Jenn Aiden could come back with is take something from a very vulnerable, soft spot, because she knew that. She knew that was going to be a soft spot. That's why she said it. That's what a lot of people, I think, are missing.
Exactly.
If you look at Gabriella's screenshots that she's been sharing the entire time, and everyone that is pissing all over Gabriella, you should be eating crow, because she, word for word in a lot of the scenes, had these things in text messages, okay? Jenn Aiden has been working on a file on getting things on Danielle from the very top of the season. So what is this?
Well, the thing is,
you went in and you said that because you knew that was going to get her to come out of her character, and you won. And I'll say this too, and I will always repeat myself. I am not for violence in terms of resolving something, okay? But here are my boundaries. If I'm going to be on a reality show and you bring up my partner in any type of negative way, you're going to get a plate, a picture, whatever's in my sight, you're getting it tossed. That's the end of that.
Right.
I'm ending the scene.
Well,
I don't care. It's rude. It's disrespectful and vile. We have hypocrisy on the Teresa side of it, though, because I don't remember hearing Margaret say anything about Louie's children.
No.
I hope that they all live and suffer a horrible life. Could you imagine if Margaret said that? Or Melissa said that?
This is the point, though. Could you imagine if one of the men in this group body shamed another man's wife the way Jenn Aiden body shamed Nate? This is part of what gets me very frustrated, is while I think we need to call out when someone does something to women or does something to a man that tends to be more specifically geared toward women, doesn't mean it's okay to do to a man too. It doesn't mean he has to suck that up. If someone said something about my stomach, my chest, my arms, what have you, if another man said that to my partner,
that would have, I would hope my partner would have laid his ass out on the ground, because that's what would have happened if the men did that.
Here's the thing, too, that we need to consider in terms of the difference between a man's insecurity around body issues versus a woman. I'm not saying one's worse than the other. They're just different. So when you're talking about it from a man's chest, the perspective of a man's chest, and this is rooted in misogyny, really, unfortunately. Yes. But the reality is boys growing up would have been made fun of if their chest area protruded out or it looked like, you know, there were
anything
boobies.
Other than a standard.
Exactly. So if someone is in their adult age and they have this as an insecurity, a man who often is going to take his shirt off at the beach, but probably Nate felt insecure to do so at certain points because he probably didn't want. That's a real insecurity. Hello, I just shared with you all that, and I laugh about it because I'm not insecure about them, but like my puffy nipple situation. I'm not going to go get them fixed.
No.
Can you get them fixed? I'm not going to get them fixed, but what I'm saying is if he went and did something about it, that to him was not for plastic surgery reasons. It was to make him feel confident.
And for a plastic surgeon's wife to then say that, I'm sorry. If I went into Bill's clinic and Jennifer saw me, and if I happened to end up in the same friend circle as her, how would I know she wouldn't fucking call out my own insecurities that I had to go get fixed because I felt the need to do that.
Unfortunately, Jen, I guess you forgot that Bill also had the same type of surgery.
I heard that, but I couldn't find anything. So
I believe it.
So allegedly.
Believe it. But you know what? It's not about that. It's not about the surgery. It's the way you try to weaponize it against her.
Yes.
The way you guys have me seemingly defending Danielle, who I have been looking at her sideways based on the stuff that's come out up until now, but this is crazy.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. So after Danielle launches at Jen and we get the whole thing of Teresa being like, cut it out, you know, whatever. And here's the thing that was so frustrating. Melissa could have topped her so hard if she hadn't dropped in the white trash part. When like, what are you talking about? You're the queen of that. Because I needed Melissa to be above the fray when it came to Teresa. Because if Teresa then started calling her a whore after just saying you're the queen of that, it would have been an even better look. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. If Teresa were my sister-in-law and she started looking at me going, whore, Melissa just posing like this, y'all hear me when and I know, Giorgio, you'd have been doing the exact same thing I'm going to say I'd be doing. If that were me, I would have been like, I'm a whore. I would have been humping the carpet, licking the floor, and twerking my flat ass all over that room to be like, here's your whore. I would have gone.
If I didn't have kids, I would do that. I would not do that to my children who are teenagers and in college. They would never speak to me again. But yeah,
oh, my poor child.
Yes to that. No, here's the thing. Everyone wants to shit on Melissa no matter what. Like, she could just be sitting there and they're like, oh, look how irrelevant she is. Like, it's just like, you know what? Like, calm down. You know, I thought Melissa handled it well because it's like, what do you mean? What are you doing? Bitch, you started. You walked in here and said Margaret was going to be wearing her plate if she sat across from you. Like, yeah, what are you talking about? What are you doing? You're just mad that this is going to take over. I'll tell you. Let me tell you. This is what pissed off Teresa. She didn't give a shit about Jen Aiden. Give me a break. This is what pissed her off. Great. Now this is going to take over my expose of Margaret Josephs because everyone's going to focus on this fight now.
She got derailed at rails.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly why. Don't be
because
fooled
Bird brain, when they get out there, they're trying to calm Danielle down. But Margaret hadn't even said a goddamn word. What are you talking about? And that's when I was like, you know what, Danielle? You have some
good on her,
power.
though, because I'm glad she gave it to Teresa in that moment. Because she couldn't stay quiet because it's Teresa. She looked at her and was like, get the fuck out of here with this.
It's not about you.
Get out. Like, seriously? You had said no words. Margaret has said nothing. And now you're pissy because I'm taking your scene away. That's what you're really pissy about.
Like, honestly, if someone, I would love to see someone try and say some shit like that to Teresa about Louie. Oh my God, we have we have tree huggers in the comments. I'm starting to see it here.
That's okay, baby.
But we're gonna speak our personal truth.
I've dealt with my fair share. I take everyone individually because there are some people that like Teresa that they have some sense about them.
Some of my best friends
everyone
love her.
has their POV on this. All I'm saying is that's why she was really upset.
It is. Completely. Now, how about our producer, Princess Dolores Catania, taking Danielle into the bathroom, being like, "You need to pull yourself together. Listen, you're doing good. You're doing good." And then when she's my new star, by the way, Jen Aiden in there doing that. She's aggressive. She is aggressive. First of all, I don't. This tells me that it was a Jenn and Teresa playbook they had going, telling quote unquote bloggers, content creators that she got her earlobe cut. I don't give a shit if Jennifer Aiden had her earlobe cut. She would have been like, "Oh my God, somebody call Bill. I'm going to need surgery, you stupid bitch." She would have done anything to play that up. She's dramatic as shit, okay? And she would have had every right to do that if she got any part of her cut or injured by Danielle in that moment, then yes, she would have earned that. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, you can't disagree that, it was a bit much. But at the same time, why were y'all not going after Teresa last year when she took her hand across an entire freaking table at Margaret?
Because it was Margaret.
On, hypocrisy.
That's the hypocrisy in it all.
And we get a messy fessy. Enough, Taylor Armstrong. And then we see again, Dolores comes to see if Jennifer is okay with Danielle coming back in and staying. And our producer, Princess, honey, she is our real. I feel like they were this. I want Lala Kent to take notes on how you break a fourth wall here. They did it so gently. There were enough little taps that when it got to Jackie, it was just hard enough of a tap that then it shattered. You don't smash it. And this was beautifully done. And it wasn't, I know they were kind of hoping they were going for a reality Von Teese, receipts proof timeline type of thing. That's not what this was. It was Jackie Goldschneider. But I got to explain something about God bless Teresa. God bless Honey Pie. Because Teresa saying, now I did my research and I want to say, no, I am not an attorney and maybe my information could be slightly off. I want to preface that. But I want to say it's been the same answer across the board. Let's put it this way. When Teresa, who clearly thinks she's an attorney now, is saying to Margaret that and saying in confessional as well, that they had enough proof, Margaret was talking with Louie's ex, that she absolutely had to go to court because she was subpoenaed. Here's what most likely happened, and this was the only real route it happened that Margaret didn't have to go to court. It seems that Margaret's attorney filed a quash, which is to quash the subpoena. And therefore, it most likely was because any testimony Margaret would have been forced to give in court was not relevant. And I'm sure Margaret's attorney appeared in court on her behalf. Mm-hmm. And so basically, Teresa and Louie most likely cost Margaret a decent amount of billable hours, which, can I point out, Margaret's not sitting there going, "And you cost me all these attorney fees, you little bitch." Teresa is such an idiot, because if Margaret just ignored it, y'all, we know this. We watched enough SVU. There would have been a bench warrant out for her arrest because she would have been.
Do you guys really think Margaret is that stupid?
No, but Teresa is.
Well, yeah, Teresa is showing herself to be not the smartest, but do you think Margaret's playing around with that type of shit? She got subpoenaed and just didn't show up. Give me a break.
And for Teresa to be like, no, you know what? If that's how I know you're lying, because you would have just showed up in court. What you wanted Margaret to go waste the time of a judge and the courts by being like, what? Yeah. So I talked.
Well, yes, because then they could have used it as a storyline.
So I mean, yeah.
They could talk about what happened in court.
Teresa, this broad. And this is also, I want y'all to know what was leading me up to being so pissed off about the Jennifer Aiden thing. Because Teresa aids in this by calling Margaret disgusting. That's why you fucked the plumber. Oh my God. That was, you know what was disgusting? That comment. Do you know how much, first of all, plumbers make?
Bank, baby.
That's number one. Number two, they put up with a lot of shit. And I'll tell you what, there is no plumber who could look at your shit and say, yeah, I put up with that, Miss Ma'am. I felt like I had something coming there. It was my confessional.
First of all, I'm happy that Margaret just bit back and said, yeah, I fucked the plumber. And I love it. So
all day long, baby.
Your man doesn't have a legitimate job or a legitimate business. So where is all your money coming from? The equity of that house?
I don't know, Teresa, but your husband's fucking a felon.
I'm going to Jen Fessler and leave. Get my purse out of here. I can't mediate this.
No, can't. It's true, though.
I will say that as much as there was a lot of little pieces to this finale, I was not buying into what it gave us in terms of all the hype.
No. You know what the thing that it did give me that I will never, ever forget? Shut your fat, hot dog lipped mouth.
But even that, and I
loved it.
That was in the trailer. That was all we got in the real scene. So that literally, like, yeah. So the original trailer opens up with the snippets of the lunch at Rails, and then it goes into the season. And part of that was Rachel's "Keep my husband's name out of your fat hot dog lip fucking mouth." But that's all she said outside of screaming at Teresa and Melissa when they were yelling at each other.
You want to know why I find that so funny, though, is because it's all a bunch of like, we're getting see you next Tuesdays, and Rachel's you fat hot dog.
They're saying the see you next Tuesday where like that, like I would call my girlfriend bitch. They're like, yeah.
But the worst Rachel's gonna have is you fat hot dog lipped.
Listen, it's been a ride for the Fudas.
It's been a ride. I just thought is it weird that I almost thought it was sweet that was the worst Rachel could come up with?
I know. I was like, oh
man. And then after the Jackie reveal too, I
just thought of a comeback, but I don't know if I should say it out loud.
I mean, I've already said a lot.
Cyberbullying. I just would have said, go fuck yourself, Ronald McDonald, okay? Because she looks like she could be Ronald McDonald's sister a little bit. See, this is why I can't do this. Now I'm going to get in trouble. I don't care.
Because she looks like a clown? What am I an idiot? Maybe I have a little wind blowing between my ears.
No, she does look like a clown. She looks like a clown, dude.
From laughing.
First of all, the injectables, stop it. Stop it now, because with no makeup on, this is what I don't understand. Why do women get filler to make their makeup look better, but then when there's no makeup, you literally see how swollen the areas, like it just looks
Well, if you're wearing makeup more often than you're not, maybe that works.
Maybe, but like even then, it's like, but don't you want to just sometimes have a fresh face out of the shower and not be like, oh shit, I need to put foundation all over my lips because they look like they're like exploding at the seams.
I know.
And I thought we were done with over injecting our lips in 2024. I thought we were done.
It's New Jersey Housewives, babe. It's New Jersey Housewives. They don't. Clearly, they also don't play by the same beauty and fashion aesthetic rules. I'm kind of obsessed with how Dolores again continues to produce Teresa when she is like, wait a minute. Jackie just admitted something to you. And Jackie was shaking like a little chihuahua on the 4th of July, honey. I mean, those extensions were barely gripping on her little scalp there from the sweat. Oh my God.
What are you fucking talking about?
And did you notice even when Dolores looks at her and she's like, well, did you have the ex over at your house? She nods her head saying,
fuck no. No.
Like, babes, come on.
That's why Melissa was like, are you sure? Because if they have proof, they're going to show it. She's like, actually, I did do it. I did see, I met with her.
God damn it.
I didn't like you. I fucking hated you. It was right off the Evan cheating rumor. And so, yeah, I'm glad you know now.
And did you also notice she said, I didn't want to fuck this up? No, you didn't want to, it wasn't the friendship you were not wanting to fuck up. You didn't want to fuck up being back on this show, which guess what? You threw away your friendship with Margaret and Melissa to be on a dying show.
That's why when you do shit like that for things like that, it never works out because you went into it with all
an agenda,
wrong intentions. You want to sell a book. You want to get back on the show. How can I do that? Let me murder my best friend and go on to the other side so I can get more camera time. Except every time I do have camera time, I look like a sloppy mess. So
it didn't work.
What did you think? And I just want to point something out for everyone that DM'd me. There's not a lot of you, but there was a good amount that thought that my video of Jackie walking out with the fart sounds was cyberbullying her. I would love to just clarify something that I did not come up with the whole diaper shitting her pants bit. Dolores did. How memes work is you take something, you elevate it, make it really fucking funny. It just so happened that I got to use actual footage from the show and stitch in Sex and the City Sade music and some fart noises. It worked and it was funny. I was in no way cyberbullying her. And I don't have to point this out, but the people in my comments that always like to point out that she looks pregnant, I delete those comments because that's not what the video was about. And I hate when people find the one little thing that's inappropriate to body shame someone to do. I'm not Jackie's biggest fan, but that's disgusting. Let's cut that shit out. So yes, if you do comments like that, body shaming people on my page, I will absolutely delete it. No questions asked.
Someone who's very open about having an eating disorder and struggling with that. Listen, I've had one person hop in these comments before trying to body shame someone, and
you should not say that someone was
will
pregnant.
call your ass out.
Don't do that. That just sounds such like I don't even know what it just is. Don't do it.
No, we don't do body shaming, and we don't do straight up pregnancy speculation.
You don't need to body shame. There's enough content coming out of these women's mouths.
Exactly.
We don't need to do it. We're past that point in life. Let's find something else, please.
Well, literally right before Dolores said, Jackie's going to need a diaper. She's shitting herself. I literally yelled out loud. I was like, oh, Jackie's shitting herself. And then it was like, well, there you go. So she's not the only one who was thinking that. And that awkward backwards walk Jackie did, here's the thing, guys.
She saw some people she didn't want to have to run into. Right. That's why she did it. But yes, it was funny the way that it was edited. And
it was hysterical. I slid out of my chair. I was laughing so hard. And here's the thing, my friends. If Jackie had not been plotting and scheming in a very mean girl way this season, it wouldn't have been what it was.
No.
Okay. Let's be real about that. If she had stayed the same Jackie and hadn't been so obviously ass kissing just to be able to get back on the show, if she very much was tired of being friends with Margaret and wanted to see if she could be friends with Teresa, there should have been something happening off camera before the season. And then because there was nothing authentic about it. That's part of why it's like, man, you fucked around and you found out. I mean, you don't have to be friends with anyone you don't want to be friends with at all. That's not the way life should work, especially as an adult. Come on.
Listen, guys, don't fall for the bad posture and feel sorry for the slunking out. This is how she walks, even on a good day. So don't feel bad for that. The problem is she got caught. She was going to lie her way through that lunch.
And let Margaret take it all.
Exactly. So really, who is really the problem here? Margaret does, listen, you guys are so gung-ho that she is running some media takeover in that house of hers. I am telling you right now that she screenshots and probably gets messy and nosy like the rest of us.
Hell yeah.
But that's why we love her, because that's what we want our housewives to be like. What she's not doing, though, is prank calling other cast members' children at their place of business and then pretending that they didn't do it and then doing all this weird shit off camera. Also want to point out, I know we're all cracking on Fessler, but I do believe the reason why she really left was because she knew that Margaret was going to call Jackie out, and she's also really close with Jackie, and she probably didn't want to be put in the middle of that and have to choose.
She set a boundary.
Podcast with Jackie, and I think a lot of the dynamics are really challenging on that cast because so many people are friends with one person that just so happens to be really close with the bad side of it, and then they feel like they have to walk on eggshells, which has got to be very annoying to be on a show where you can't even film a scene with someone because someone might be pissed off at you for doing a scene with them.
For going to work. Well, and that's the thing too. I think part of where this angst toward Jackie and all of this comes from is that I won't say the proverbial I'll speak on for myself. I found Jackie to be rather refreshing when she first came on. I thought she was really intelligent. I liked the way she would challenge Teresa without always screaming in her face and being that type of person. I thought she was pretty funny when she maybe didn't even necessarily mean to be, but the way she would be just quick on her feet about things. It's disappointing to see someone who has been so adamantly, vehemently against Teresa in a way that, remember, while we know it wasn't intended to seem this way, but remember, she even tried to make a comparison about Gia. I'm not even going to say the full sentence because we don't want that being brought up around the circuits over and over again. You know, when Teresa was saying the things about Evan. Now, it's really odd to me because even if I hated someone, I would never even think of making a comparison of their child doing something illegal, even if it's not true. I wouldn't try and use that as an analogy. I would have tried to come up with something aside from their child, but that is some serious I hate your guts shit. And it's in meeting with his ex. And yes, she admits that they were playing. That's where that fourth wall went ahead and just came crumbling, was like the admitting, yes, that's the game we were playing. And I appreciated that she at least admitted that in confessional. What I wish she would have done, but I don't know that she would have been able to get a word in. I wish she would have been that verbose about it at the table, because I think then it might have given, if she could have gotten the words out without people screaming over her, I think it could have given cause for pause for a lot of the women at the table.
You know where she messed up? She could have taken that and not because I don't think Margaret should have had her moment of defending herself, but if Jackie was smart in that moment, she could have taken the whole fucking thing down with her and owned it by saying, as soon as Margaret says it, she should have been like, yeah, I did. But honestly, babes, we know what this was about. So, like, don't be shocked. You came after my husband. I went after you. That's how this goes, right?
Call
and then I
out
would
the
have got
game.
my bag and I would have said, okay, I guess we're done. Have a good day. Walk out that way. Don't fake like you guys are friends and you really care at the end. Like, I'll call you
Like you're
later.
scared about fucking up the friendship.
No, you guys weren't friends. That's why Teresa didn't have any real reaction to it. That's not who she had her paws set on, you know, knocking over. It was Margaret. So when that got taken away, then she feels like, you know, she left there like so angry. You know she did.
Yep. The end of an era. End of an era.
And even said it felt like it was a series finale.
It did.
Came out of the horse's mouth. So if he's saying it,
we'll see what happens, though.
We'll have to wait and see.
Giorgio, tell everyone where they can find you before I start saying hi to everybody.
You can find me at Margaret Josephs' house or Melissa Gorga's house picking up my check. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Giorgio Says. You can listen to my podcast anywhere you listen to your podcasts, and you can get exclusive bonus podcast episodes ad-free on my Patreon. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. And y'all know where to find me. I'm at Besties by Caitlin, Caitlin, on Instagram and TikTok. I have to spell my name out because even I went to the car dealership yesterday and I even say to this guy, yes, my name is Caitlin, Caitlin. And he writes down Kaitly.
Sure.
God damn it.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yes, I just want to say hi to some of y'all in the chat. Hey, Danny, thank you for joining. Hi, Just Kelly. Hey, Tay. I see. Hi, Adam. ATX Mel. And we gave Hallie T Lightwork a nice little shout out earlier. Yes, check out that Instagram. Hi, Candy. Yes, Giorgio's video about Jen Fessler leaving the Last Supper was hysterical.
Hey, you know what though? I wasn't going to say it, but I actually like Jenn Fessler more. She has a good sense of humor. She DM'd me this morning. She said, this is the first time I've laughed in days. So I was like, okay, good.
She does have a good sense of humor. I think it was difficult that episode where she thought she could do the Dolores Switzerland and it was too much for her. And that's where I was worried. I'm like, she's going to be done after this season.
Maybe things would have been different if the pitcher thing didn't happen right before. Because if she's like, this is already happening, I'm not.
Yeah.
This is a white blazer that I have to return tomorrow. So no.
You are getting my dry cleaning bill.
I'm doing the same thing. Don't touch me. I have to return this.
Sonia. Yeah. Hi, Kristen. I see another Candy K. Hey. And I think I got everybody. I'm trying to see. Yes. And thank you, Adam. Please go ahead and hit the like button if you're watching here on YouTube and subscribe. And I can't wait to share some of the exciting stuff Giorgio and I have coming up. Hopefully. Yeah, both of us. Okay. Anyway, besties, leave a 5-star review anywhere you listen, and I will see you. Today's not Thursday. I still keep getting it confused. I will see you on Thursday for a new episode, probably where we'll just do a little gossip session. All right. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye, guys.